Hi everyone, welcome to Northern Zen Yoga. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to be practicing a type of yoga called Yin Yoga. Now, Yin Yoga is a little different from regular yoga practice because we hold the postures for a period between 2 minutes and 5 minutes. I know that sounds a little daunting to be able to hold the postures, but they're all mostly in a seated or a lying down position. So you can see that I'm wearing very comfortable clothing. I've got my sweatpants on, I've got some slipper socks on to keep my feet warm, I've got a sweater on over top of my shirt. And for that reason is because in Yin we're not moving a lot, so we're not building up any heat. So keeping your body warm is a really critical part of doing a Yin Yoga practice. So if you don't think you're dressed warmly enough, you could stop this video and go and get changed. But before you do, I'm just going to mention a few things that you're going to need to have in your class so that you'll have the props that you need to be much more comfortable. First of all, you're going to need some blankets. So grab a couple of blankets. The blankets are going to be used in a rolled up position to help to support your body so that you're not overstretching your muscles. You're going to also need, if you have it available to you, a bolster. Bolster is a really fun thing. It's like a big pillow that's very firm. Now, if you don't have a bolster, you can use any type of firm cushion. So if you've got a cushion, a chair cushion that has a bit of firmness to it, you can use that. Or you can use a large blanket that has been folded up many times so that it has some loft to it. The other thing you can have on hand is a block. Now, I don't always use a block in Yin. There's a couple of times today we are going to use this block at least once today. But if you don't have a block, don't worry too much about it. As long as you've got a pile of blankets to put your body onto, then you're fine. And you may find even if you have a block and it's a very hard, dense one like mine is, that putting a blanket over top will help to give you a little bit of softness. Now, the reason why we have to have these props is because in the positions that we're going into, they may be stretching you a little further than your body is able to go right now. So the props are there to help you to feel more comfortable. There's such a word in yoga. And also, too, the support is a soft support. So as your body relaxes and starts to press down into the material, you're actually allowing it to go just a little tiny bit further. The other thing that's nice to have in a Yin practice is some very nice, calm, spa-type music. Now, in my videos, I don't have music because there's copyrights that are attached to music that is available for most yoga studios. And to put it out on a video is against the copyright of the artist. So, if you have, though, music at home, feel free to play that music as you do your yoga practice, whether it's this one or any of the yoga practices that you're following. So, if you need to go get anything else, you need to change, put some more clothing on to feel warmer, go and do that now. Pause the video, and I'll wait for you here. Okay, so we're back. And our first posture we're going to go into, or in Yin we call it shapes, is going to be a half butterfly. So we'll begin with the right leg extended out and the left leg in. And you'll notice that I have my knee that's extended out here, and if your knee is not able to touch the ground and that feels like too much stress going on in your leg, this is where your blankets come in handy. So you can put a blanket under here to support your knee. Also, too, if your hamstrings are feeling way too overtaxed by this extended stretch, you can also just place a small blanket underneath your knee to help support your leg. So all of this stuff is here for you because we're going to be here for 2 minutes. I know it sounds like a long time, but it really isn't. It'll go by very quickly. Try to clear your mind. Let's take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're bringing our belly forward toward our thigh. So just relax your belly down, your chest down. I'm going to set my timer up here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Just let your body get nice and heavy. Feel where you're feeling the stretch immediately. If you need to adjust any of the stuff that you've got around you to help you feel more comfortable, go ahead and do that. I'm going to take this away. I don't need that for myself, but you may, and that's okay. As long as you're feeling a stretch in yoga, you're doing it. Deep breath in again, in through the nose. And this time exhale through the mouth. Another inhale. Exhale again through the mouth. These inhalations and exhalations through the mouth help to release the stress and tension in your body. Take another inhale. Exhale again through the mouth. And keep breathing like that. Each breath helping you to relax just a little deeper into your stretch. And if it's too much tension holding your neck up, just let your head, your chin relax down. Take a deep inhale, exhale, and slowly make your way up. You can push into your mat to help push your body up. Your back has been stretched. We don't want to overtax our back right now. And we're going to bring our knee up, bend our knee, bring this leg up, and we're going to hug our knees in toward our chest. So there's a reciprocal movement that we do after each of the shapes, and that is just to allow the body to come back. You think of it like pulling saran wrap, and then when you relax your tension on it, it contracts back, but it never goes back exactly where it was before. And that's the beauty of yin. Switch sides now. So whatever leg you had extended before, you're going to have that one folded, and you're extending out the opposite leg. If you need to have a blanket under your knee, you can place your blankets anywhere that helps you feel more comfortable initially in this stretch. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Just let yourself relax down to your first stopping point. Never force yourself in yin to go deeper. The body will relax on its own, and that's what we're going for. We're going for that natural, slow stretching out of the muscles and the tendons and the ligaments. They can inhale through the nose, exhaling through the mouth this time. Inhale, exhale, another inhale, and really exhale with all of your might. Feel your body relax. Breathing those long, slow, deep breaths. And again, if your head starts to feel too heavy holding it up, just let your chin drop to your chest. Watch you're not trying to push yourself up with your hands. Let your hands and your arms let go. Push against the floor. Help your body to come up. Bring your knee up. Hug it in. Bring the other knee up. Hug that one into your chest too. Sorry. So as we rest for a moment, you'll notice, perhaps you'll feel it. The tendons and the muscles start to come back into their proper shape after the stretch. Yin Yoga focuses, yes, it focuses on muscles and tendons and ligaments, but the other thing it focuses on is the fascia. Fascia is the connective tissue that joins everything and keeps everything connected to everything. Your skin to your muscles to your bones, your ligaments and your tendons to the muscles and to the bone. And that becomes very rigid sometimes. Okay, we're going to come into our next one. This time you want to take a blanket. If you have a really hard time with this, you can switch to your bolster or your pillow to come underneath your knees. But start off with a blanket first. See how that feels and lean forward. And if you're not getting an intense, tense stretch off the bat, you could stay here. If it feels too much right away, or even the bending of your knees feels like too much, you can put the bolster under your knees and use that instead. So we have a knee bend, and our goal here is to try to lay down on our thighs. So let's take a deep breath in. We'll stretch up a little bit through the torso. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, let your chest and your belly come down onto your thighs. Let your hands relax by your side. Try not to use them as pushing against the floor to try to keep you from going deeper. Instead, just let everything relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Another inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Keep taking those slow, long, deep breaths in through the nose, out the mouth. And again, if your head starts to feel too heavy, just let it drop, chin to chest. Remember, we're not trying to get our head down, we're trying to get our belly and our chest to lie on our thighs. And start to walk your hands away from you a little bit. To stretch, if your stretch is not feeling too strong. Walk your hands back toward the body. Push into your mat, lifting yourself upright. Notice what you're feeling as you're starting to come back into your normal sitting position. Take the blanket away and bring your knees up again. Hug them into your chest. So a lot of people get concerned with the quiet. Yin is called the quiet practice because it's also a meditative practice. So here's your first opportunity toward practicing meditation, and that is just to try to clear your mind while you're in each of the shapes. Don't try to force anything, and don't try to do your to-do list in your mind while you're there. Instead, when thoughts come in like that, just push them away and gently focus on your breath. The next one we're coming into is the Cobbler pose. So in Cobbler pose, our feet are together. We have space here. You can put your hands down between your body and your heels. And our goal is to try to get the belly down into this space. So just rock a little bit. You'll feel the sit bones in your bottom. And you can feel those bones touching the mat. You know you're still sitting on them. Our goal is to try to push forward until we don't feel ourselves sitting on them anymore. Sorry. And instead, we're pushing onto our thigh bones. So take a deep breath in. Inhale. Straighten up your spine. Exhale. Push your belly forward. You can walk your hands out to your feet. If you want, you can try to open the feet up during this posture. Again, if this is feeling too intense for your knees, you can start shoving blankets underneath your knees. Take a deep breath in again. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let your back come down, your belly first. Your head is too heavy holding it up. Let your chin rest against your chest. Imagine with each breath in, you're inhaling healing energy. And as you exhale, you're exhaling all your achy, stretchy feeling away. We're going to come up very slowly this time, walking your hands, pressing into the floor to help to lift up your chest, take the pressure off your back, pull your knees in. This time we're going to stretch them out a little bit. You keep them bent a bit if you like. And just breathe. Feel where you feel the stretch coming back into place. So most of these stretches we've been doing is for the benefit of the back, as well as stretching out the hips a little bit. So we're going to come into a posture that's going to also help to rotate your hips. It's called deer pose. It's fairly simple. We're going to start with the right leg in front bent. And again, if your knees are way up in the air and you're feeling it's too much pressure, you can put your pillow or you can put your blanket underneath your knee on this side. We're going to take the other leg and we're going to bring it in behind us. So you're probably sitting in a position where your cheek of your bottom on this side is not touching the ground. So our goal here is to get that cheek someplace close to the ground. It's not going to be comfortable. If this knee is up, you'll probably find it a little bit easier. So if you're finding it really difficult to start to plant both cheeks on the ground, put something underneath this knee to help to center you a little bit better. We're going to start from here. We're going to take a deep breath in, and remember we're trying to get this bottom cheek to touch the ground. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, relax into deer pose. Now for some of you, even having your leg this far back is not comfortable. So you find the position that's working for you. You want to feel a stretch up here. You want to feel a little tension up in this hip joint. Others may be able to pull their leg back and open up their body a little bit more. So play around with that while you're sitting here trying to find that spot that feels the most comfortable in this pose for you. and try to, from there, put your weight down and try to get your bottom to touch the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Slowly come out, assist your legs to come and stretch out. We're going to stretch out this leg and then slowly stretch out this leg. And if you feel like you need to shake your legs here, you can do that. Instead of bending our knees this time, we're going to stretch the knees out because we've just been in a bent knee position for a long time. At any time, if you find that you're starting to get very used to these postures, you can extend these periods of position to 5 minutes. All you would have to do is pause this video, put a timer on, time it for 5 minutes, and then move forward. I'm already doing it for 2, so if you add another 3 minutes to your pause, and then you'll be in the 5-minute zone. It's a good idea to work up to this. Okay, we're going to switch sides. We're going to work up to the length of time that you're in the posture, if you're not used to Yin Yoga, just so that you don't overdo it at first. It's a very intense stretch. So we're back in the same position. This time we're working with the opposite legs. So the one that was stretched behind us before is in front, and the one that was in front is behind now. And you need to find your stuff that you need to get in order to get yourself into a place where you can feel yourself stretching, but you're not in any kind of uncomfortable or painful position. So we're going to begin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And just let your bottom start to sag down there. This side, you can always be pushing against your knee to help push it toward the floor. If that is comfortable for you to do so, remember, just like in any yoga practice, you never want to hurt yourself. You never want to feel pain. Achy stretch, yeah, but never pain. You have to keep taking those deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Very slowly start to help yourself unravel by bringing the back leg forward, stretching it out. And the front leg, stretch it out too. Shake them out if you need to. And notice where you're feeling your body coming back. It's important to recognize the sensation of your muscles stretching and contracting so that you know that you've done something in that area. We're going to come down onto our back now, and because we've been doing a lot of forward bending, you might find that this is a little bit uncomfortable at first, so feel free to roll on your back when you come down. Bring your knees up to your chest, roll around, start to get everything relaxed down, and you're going to need to have your block handy. Come down on our back. Let's just take a little bit of time here to get things flattened down. You can do circles with your knees, go side to side. And we're going to bring our feet flat to the floor. We're going to take our block on the low side, and we're going to lift our hips up and place this under our sacrum. That is the flat area between your hip bones, just above your bum cheeks. It's not your spine. Your spine should be free of anything touching it. Here, if you find this a little bit too hard for your back, you can put a blanket underneath you as well. And we're going to set the timer. And we're going to relax here. Now, if this feels like enough of a stretch for you, that's okay. You can stay right here. If you'd like to add to this, you can bring your arms back behind you. Relaxing your arms down onto the floor. If that's a little bit too much and you want to have your arms back there, you can put a pillow or a blanket behind you and bring your arms and let them rest onto that. If this still feels like you could use a little more stretching, you can stretch your legs out completely so that you're arched right across the block. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And as you do this, inhale, push your belly out. As you exhale, pull your belly in and up. Inhale, exhale. A couple more times. Inhaling, exhale. And let yourself relax, become soft. Let it melt across the block. Very, very carefully, we're going to get out of this pose. We're going to bring our feet flat to the floor. Lift up your hips just enough to slide the block out. And ever so gently start to bring your back down to the floor. It feels pretty good when you get there. But you'll notice right off the bat that you can still feel your back has an arch in it. So we're going to bring our knees up and we're going to rock and roll on our back. Go in circles, going one way for a couple of rotations, and then switch directions and go the other way. We're going to come into the supine twist, so we're going to drop our arms out to the side, and we're going to drop our knees to the right, And you can put your bolster or your blanket to the side that you're going to be dropping your knees so that you have something to land on. And we're going to inhale, exhale, begin to drop your knees down to the floor. Try to keep both shoulders touching down. That's the important thing. So you can see my knees don't quite make it together. Although my shoulders are touching, that's just the way this particular hip is. I can put a blanket there if it feels really uncomfortable, but I'm still trying to stretch that hip out on this side, so I just let it do its thing. There's no pain involved for me, but if there is discomfort or pain for you, please put something between the knees or put something underneath this knee so that you have support. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Bring your knees back up to center very slowly and pull them into your chest. Rock on your back for a second. Take a deep inhale, and we're going to drop our knees to the other side. Slowly dropping them over, keeping our shoulders planted on the floor, and just letting our knees go as far as they can go today. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Get to breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth periodically. Notice how your body relaxes when you do that. Just roll over onto your side for a moment. If you want to, you can bring your knees right up into your chest. Stretch your back out. a few deep breaths here. We're going to come onto all fours, onto our mat. And we're going to come into the wide leg child pose. So this is where you could grab your pillow or your bolster. And we're going to take this and we're going to place it between our knees. And we're going to try to keep our sit bones touching our heels if possible. If not, you can place another blanket underneath your feet or between your heels and your bottom. And we're going to start to lay down against the bolster. So you don't want to have your bum up too high. You want to have it low. So sometimes what helps is to bring the feet up toward the bum. But in any case, as long as you're feeling a really good stretch here, a little bit of a stretch perhaps in your feet, and not so much in your back, but you will feel a little bit of stretching in your back. You're in a good position. So take a deep inhale, exhale, and just start to rest down onto your pillow or your bolster. Try to work yourself so that you're pushing your bottom back toward your heels. Partway through, you can switch sides so that you're not keeping your head on the same side throughout the whole practice. Very, very slowly start to push your pillow out of the way and lay down onto the mat, stretching your legs out behind you. Take your time when you get into the position and just relax here. Let your head rest on your hands. And bring your attention to the places in your body that feel tender, that you feel you've stretched. Now we're going to roll over onto our back. We're going to come into our last posture of the class. And this is called star pose. So it's like corpse pose. It's your Shavasana posture. We open our legs nice and wide. We have our arms out wide and slightly above us if possible. If not, if that doesn't feel good, you can just put your arms out to a T. And we're going to take a deep breath in, make sure our body is feeling very comfortable here. Just wiggle and jiggle until you get everything in position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Feel your body relax. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. One more nice slow inhale. Exhale slowly through the mouth, side out. And everything relax. And everything melt down into the bat. Slowly bring your knees up toward your chest. Just rock on your back for a moment. And roll over to one side, doesn't matter which. Whichever side feels most natural for you. Just give yourself another moment here. And then slowly start to make your way up to a seated position. Come into easy pose. So Yin's a little different. We're holding postures for a longer time. And that often causes a little bit of discomfort the next day or even the same day that you do the Yin practice. And that's because you've stretched a little more thoroughly your muscles and your tendons than you have before. And this is natural. As a matter of fact, if you're feeling and experiencing some discomfort after doing Yin, it's a good thing. You've actually done something. It's waking up and stretching out those joints and those muscles that have been tight. So embrace it. Take a Tylenol if that helps, or a nice hot jacuzzi bath, or maybe a glass of red wine. That's my favorite. In any case, don't worry about it. Keep practicing it. You did great. Namaste. Bye for now.